Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tune In. Today, we're going to be talking about our favorite albums from each year of the 1960s, so let's get into it.
Okay, so hello, everyone. As Wyatt said in the last episode, I have returned. I was sick for a while, but I'm starting to feel better. So, as he said, we're going to go down our list of our favorite albums of the 1960s, starting with 60 and ending in 69. I have a feeling we're going to agree on a lot of stuff,
I
but
agree.
I'm not exactly sure yet.
My album for 1960 was Kinda Blue by Miles Davis.
And same.
Nice.
That is an incredible album.
I haven't really heard too much off of it. I've heard maybe one or two songs, but it's a pretty good album. I was having a tough time picking like the early 1960s because that's not often what I listen to.
Yeah, and I get that. That album is just one of the most iconic jazz albums of all time. But it's great music if you're just like sitting, like laying in bed or like cleaning your room or something. It's just a great album.
Any songs you recommend or?
The whole album. I can't recommend
so it's like
one
a collective
song.
experience.
You can't listen to that album without just seeing it as a whole. You have to, yeah, you really have to listen to the whole thing. So,
all right, 1961 for me is going to be Blue Hawaii by Elvis Presley.
Blue Hawaii, okay.
It was a soundtrack to his film of the same name, but again, I was having a tough time, so figured Elvis is a pretty good pick. There's some good songs on it, like the title track, Moonlight Swim, Hawaiian Sunset. The main song that people remember on this album, though, is Can't Help Falling in Love. Yeah, it's a great song. Elvis wrote some, or I don't know, did he write his song? No. Okay, well, Elvis sang some pretty good ballads.
All right, a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying this. Elvis was a creep.
I don't think anyone's going to be mad at you.
He took a lot of songs from other musicians. That's what I've heard. I'm not going to prove anything here. Go look it up for yourself. But
I'm pretty much desensitized to artists stealing. I'm wearing this Led Zeppelin t-shirt right now.
Yeah, but yeah, he didn't write any of the songs, but Can't Help Falling in Love, what a great song.
Yeah.
My album of 1961 was At Last by Etta James.
No,
you ever heard it?
I've never heard of it. Just this looks like I was looking each other in the eyes while you sing Etta James.
Yeah. Great title track. Just a great album. Very like 50s inspired sound. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. I don't really know anything else off of it.
1962. My album pick is Surfer's Choice by Dick Dale and the Deltones.
Never heard.
Have you ever heard Me Sir Lou? Like a really famous surf song?
Mm-mm.
Well, Dick Dale is basically like the grandfather of surf rock music. And this album has some of his best songs. Like I mentioned, Me Sir Lou. Possibly the most classic surf rock song of all time. It has some other good songs like Surf Beat, Surfing Drums. A lot of the songs happen to have the word surf in them. Deltone rock. But yeah, he's an incredible surf rock guitarist. And if you like it and want to trace back the roots of the genre, feel free to check this album out.
Okay. My next album, 1962, Good Good Twisting.
What?
By James Brown. Now, honestly, I can't remember. The title might be Good Good Lovin', but I have it written as Good Good Twistin'.
Just put the correct title up on screen.
So I'll put it right here. So there it is. But
James Brown's like one of the originators of funk music, isn't
like his screams. I think he's known as the Godfather of Soul. His voice is great. The lyrics are very simple, but when you have a voice that's like screamy and loud, it's so cool. Like, it just sounds incredible.
Yeah. I've heard of James Brown. I really haven't heard much of his stuff, so it might be an interesting listen. All right, 1963. My pick is Please Please Me by the Beatles.
Same here.
Nice. What a great album to open up their career with. I mean, this has some of their classic tracks on it. It opens with I Saw Her Standing There, just a great rockin' song. Love Me Do, one of their most famous songs.
Oh, yeah.
It ends with Twist and Shout, one of their just great early works.
Fun fact, John Lennon had the flu or cold or something when they were recording this album, and that was the last song they recorded. So in some parts of the song, you can hear the crackling of his voice really like pop out and show itself, and it's crazy, and it sounds incredible. So
Yeah, I mean, his voice sounded great. It also has the title track, a couple other deep cuts.
the Beatles are just incredible.
Yeah, I agree. If I had to recommend like one or two songs, it'd probably be Twist and Shout and I Saw Her Standing There, just both classic 50s inspired rockers.
Yeah, it's just great.
So yeah,
1964 album.
let's see. What did I put for 1964? 1964, A Hard Day's Night.
I put it there too. A Hard Day's Night is a great Beatles album,
I agree.
and I think it's kind of disregarded sometimes, but it's really, really, really incredible. So please go check it out. You have anything to say about it?
I mean, I don't have too much to say about it because we talked about it in another video, but A Hard Day's Night and I Love Her, probably my two standout tracks on the album. Just a great soundtrack to an interesting movie from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're going to stop. I am sorry that I'm losing my voice, but you will get the next half tomorrow when we're back. Hopefully my voice is a little better. But yes, I also want you guys to know, sorry, I didn't know which camera to look at. I also want you guys to know that you can go to the description in this video and find the link for our Spotify for this playlist with all of this, like a song from each album.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I made just so you guys could get a taste of what we're talking about. But anyways, see you guys tomorrow. Hello, everyone, and we're back. Now we're going to do 1965 through 1969. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. All right, my album for 1965 is Help by the Beatles.
Same.
I'm going to make the bold assumption there's going to be a lot of Beatles on these lists. It has the title track, which is just a great, fun song. You've Got to Hide Your Love Away is another good track.
Never heard of it.
Ticket to Ride.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good...
I thought Ticket to Ride was on Revolver.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Help. Just a great song, probably like my second or third favorite. It's got Act Naturally, and possibly one of Paul's best songs, Yesterday.
That and Blackbird and Eleanor Rigby.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into that.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times we've said Eleanor Rigby on this channel
Is way too many to count.
This is I think this is only the 13th episode, and we've probably said it
like double that amount of times.
100 times. Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
it's
Do you have
crazy.
any thoughts on the album?
It's a great album. The title track is, or wait, yes, I thought I was thinking of a different album. The title track is great. I don't really know many songs, but I love Yesterday. I like Help. It's just a great album. Yeah.
All right. 1966. We have my first tie of the list.
Tie.
Yes.
In 66.
All right. My two albums for this decade are Revolver by the Beatles and Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys.
Pet Sounds. I forgot about that one. I put Revolver too.
I mean, what can you say about Revolver? It's my personal
So good.
It's my personal favorite Beatles album. It has some of the best Beatles songs of all time. It has For No One, Taxman, Eleanor Rigby, which we've talked about a bunch.
I like Love You Too.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
George Harrison wrote that one, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yellow Submarine, one of their classic tracks. Tomorrow Never Knows, one of their most psychedelic tracks. Just an incredible album, and you can put it on front to back and be satisfied because all the songs are great. And then we have Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, which is possibly the Beach Boys' most famous album. It has some of their great tracks. Good Vibrations is a great song.
Good vibrations.
Let's see. Pet Sounds.
2 hours later.
But yeah, it's just a classic album. Oh yeah, wait. Good Vibrations isn't even on this album. What was I talking about?
Wait, it's not?
No, it's not.
I could have sworn it was the opening track.
No, that's Wouldn't It Be Nice?
Wouldn't it be nice if we could wait?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song.
And then God Only Knows, which is one of my favorite tracks.
Didn't David Bowie cover that
He did?
on let me look. On his Tonight album, I'm pretty sure.
Now I gotta listen to it.
I think he did. Is it I have to cut this out because if I leave this in, it will be copyrighted. So I'm just gonna cut this audio out. So it turns out it was the song. Yeah.
But yeah. Well, you have any thoughts on Revolver or Pet Sounds?
Revolver, I think I put it on my number 2 on best.
Wasn't
Beatles
that
albums.
3? I think it was Revolver, Abbey Road, White Album.
Okay, I don't know. We don't know, so go check out the video and see. But yeah, there's not much I could say about Revolver because it's so good, and you have to go check it out. Like, it's so good.
All right, my next albums is another tie because I just couldn't pick between these two. All right, 1967, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Are You Experienced by Jimi Hendrix.
I had Magical Mystery Tour.
Oh, Magical Mystery Tour came out that year.
Yeah, I do like it over Sgt. Pepper's. And it's one of my favorite Beatles albums.
Yeah,
I recently got it on vinyl, and I can't stop listening to it. But it's a really, really good album. But
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, I didn't expect to see him on
Yeah,
there.
Jimi Hendrix is awesome. And I think this is, his most well-known album. It has Purple Haze, Fire, Manic Depression, Wind Cries Mary, Third Stone from the Sun, and a bunch of other incredible tracks, like Red House. The guitar playing on the album is just incredible. It's just, possibly one of the best psychedelic rock albums of all time. And then Sgt. Pepper's needs no introduction. Has a bunch of great tracks, like the title track, She's Leaving Home is one of my favorites.
Weirdly, I like, I don't think it's a well-known Beatles song, Being for the Benefit of Mr.
Oh, yeah, I
Kite.
know that one.
That's a pretty dang good song.
Yeah. A Day in the Life is by far my favorite song on the album because it is just incredible.
Every day in study hall, I'm like, Wyatt, what are you listening to? He's like, A Day in the Life by the Beatles.
It's just...
Every time I'm like, of course you are.
Yeah. Fun fact, Jimi Hendrix actually covered Sgt. Pepper's 3 days after it came out.
You've mentioned that in another video.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
I don't know which video it was, but
I can't remember either.
But yeah, so just great albums. All right, next, 1968, another tie because
What are yours going to be?
the White Album by the Beatles and Electric Ladyland by Jimi Hendrix.
Electric Ladyland. I didn't think about that one either. I just put the White Album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, just I'll start with Electric Ladyland because it's my solo pick. But just what a great album! I think between Are You Experienced and Electric Ladyland, it kind of fluctuates which one I like better. But it is just an incredible album. It has some of his most famous songs, All Along the Watchtower, incredible cover, probably the definitive version of that song. It has Voodoo Child, possibly one of his greatest guitar performances. That has some other lesser-known tracks, like Have You Ever Been to Electric Ladyland? Crosstown Traffic's a great one. 1983 and Merman Should I Turn to Be is an incredible epic, which
I've heard you talk about that song a lot, so it must be really
oh yeah,
good.
it's really good. It was actually on my deep cuts list. Go check that video out. But yeah, just an incredible album. And then the White Album.
Oh man, my favorite Beatles album. A really good album, Blackbird. Actually, just go listen to the entire album because I'm not going to list. There's a lot of songs on that record.
Well, what are some of your favorites? I mean,
Blackbird.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Back in the USSR.
Oh yeah, I like that song. I like Happiness is a Warm Gun. Dear Prudence is another great track.
I like, it's short and sweet. Like, I think it's called Why Don't We Do It in the Road?
Oh, yeah.
I don't really understand the title, but, I mean, I do. But it's a good song.
I think the inspiration for that one was Paul saw monkeys in India. Yep, I'm not even going to finish that sentence.
Yeah, we're just going to end that right there.
But yeah, just incredible album. Go check it out. All right, my last year, 1969, and my fourth tie in a row is Abbey Road by the Beatles and Led Zeppelin 2.
I put Abbey Road. It's
not even sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start with Led Zeppelin 2. Just an incredible album. It has some of their most famous tracks. Whole Lotta Love. Just an incredible bluesy guitar riff. Thank You is one of my favorites. A beautiful acoustic song. Bring It On Home's another bluesy track. Got Ramble On with all its Tolkien imagery and rockin' riffs. You got Heartbreaker, possibly Jimmy Page's finest solo. Just an incredible, again, like I said with Revolver, it's a perfect front to back album. Just great song after great song. And then Abbey Road. Do we even have to introduce that one?
It has one of the most iconic album covers, some of the most iconic songs.
Here Comes the Sun.
Here Comes the Sun, Come Together.
Oh yeah, Come Together.
What am I thinking of? Something.
Oh yes.
I almost started singing it. Did you hear that? I said something. No, but Something. The medley is really cool. I give that a listen.
The end is a great song with a triple guitar solo.
And again, I know I've mentioned this before.
Your Majesty.
Her Majesty is...
Oh, Your Majesty. I meant Her Majesty.
Yeah, Her Majesty. It's a really beautiful song for being, like, how short it is. But it's so pretty. The lyrics are, as he says a lot, poignant.
Yeah.
And...
my favorite part of the medley is probably Carry That Way and Golden Slumbers. Just two incredibly beautiful songs.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the end of our list. Thank you for watching. If you don't mind, please like the video and subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified whenever we post a new video. We've been enjoying this so much, and this is going to be the first episode of a new series we are starting where we do a best... album list for the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and so on. But yeah, we're going to start this. We're having a lot of fun so far doing it. So thank you for watching. I'm Brodie.
I'm Wyatt.
This is the Tune In.
Tuning out.
Good.
Nice.
This went better than yesterday. I didn't cough once.